Hello everyone, and welcome to the RNG University. So the band hammer just went live, which means today I have to play a deck that does not have the Meathook Massacre in it, which is what I'm going to do. I jump at the chance of trying out this Grixis Vampire deck now without any, Meathook Massacre. So instead of the Meathook, I put in a few more 5 casts to get that more late game oomph. The deck has early game, 2 cut down and 2 Voltic Surge for removal, as well as 4 make disappear and 2 more Infernal Grasp for the early game counter or additional removal necessary. Along with that, we have 4 Blood Tide Harvester and 4 Bankbuster, Reckoner Bankbuster for card draw, for maybe tempo advantage, board advantage, or remove creatures with Blood Tide Harvester is always nice. Then going to the 3 cast, we have 10 3 casts. 2 Graveyard Trespasser, always good to have Graveyard Trespasser in your deck to get rid of those graveyard sort of targeting cards. And also, we have 4 Fable. Playing red, you have to have Fable nowadays. For Grixis Vampire, the MVP of the show sort of is the Corpse Appraiser. It comes into play, exile a creature card from the graveyard, and we look at top 3 to put a card into our hand. All that is very good synergy, along with 2 Shieldred for more damage later on, Death Touch, Tempo, board advantage, all of those things. All in one 4-drop 4/5, which is pretty hard to get rid of. Then, at the 5 cast, because we're playing a black deck, Invoke Despair. And instead of the 2 Meathook that usually accompanies this deck, I put in 1 Evelyn and 1 Sulkanar as the big vampire of choice and a big elemental legendary of choice that could help us end the game if necessary. So, along with that, we have, I think, 24 lands with, with islands, swamps, mountains, the usual works. Now, I do want to have more Sulfurous Spring in the deck. However, I don't have more Sulfurous Springs. So because of that, I put in 2 Zeotora's Proving Ground in place of that, and 1 additional Swamp in place of that to have 4 Sulfurous Spring kind of in the deck. Now, that is because I have mostly black cards in the deck, so I do want more black mana producers. Now, I only have 24 lands, which is, it might be a concern, but the deck is fairly low curve. It curves out at 5, but we have Fable, which gives us additional mana. We have Bankbuster, which also give us additional mana later on in the game. And so, we might be able to survive with just 24 lands and no other mana producers. Now, something we could change is maybe cutting a Sulkanar for a Celestus for a turn 3 mana drop. That's neither here or there, but that could be moving the deck more towards control than more of a tempo game. And that's the idea. We don't have any Meathook, we don't have any Field Clings. We have to get on the board early or we lose the game. That's the idea of the deck. Let's go ahead and try it out and see how it works. Alright, we're going to play this young vampire deck in standard platinum rank. Not very high, so hopefully we're not going to face up against a bunch of mono-white, mono-red aggro, but you never know. Alright, we're playing against a Japanese dude with a sword. Very threatening. We only have 2 lands, but 2 Bankbusters and a Make Disappear. So let's keep this hand, see if we can draw a 3rd land. Alright, they have a Plains, so we practically just lose here, unfortunately. That's what happens when you keep 2 lands, right? Oh, I thought Thalia was definitely coming out, but it didn't. So there is a School of Thought in holding on to Make Disappear, but we do need to drop the Bankbuster in order to maybe hit our 3rd land drop. Maybe. Alright, they're going to get their 4th land drop into their hand. Very good for them. Whereas alright, we get our 3rd land drop. Comes into play tapped. Going to end the turn to hold up Make Disappear. Alright, they get a free Bankbuster. Good for them. A Gonjo. No Gonjo. Okay, so now he has 1 thing in the graveyard. We don't get our 4th land drop. There is a School of Thought in trying to draw a card, and maybe that will be our 4th land drop. Or we can drop the Graveyard Trespasser and try to get that tempo advantage down. I think the Graveyard Trespasser is a better tempo advantage. Mainly because I'm going to exile this Agonjo, mainly because I get to hit him for 4 right now. Alright, his Architect is now live. He has 5 lands, whereas I only have 3. We have a lot of 5 casts and 4 casts in our hand for some reason. And they play Shieldred. I know, he's going to hit me for 4. And we're going to take 2 more from Shieldred. This is kind of painful. I guess we'll lay our Fable to Mirror Breaker. Yeah, not drawing lands really is how we lose a lot of these games. But hey, that's magic. Now, he's going to gain life, so all my tempo advantage is gone. We're going to be on the back foot for a lot of the damage dealing factors. Not having a Meathook here really hurts, but hey, even if we have a Meathook, no lands to really back that off. They're going to draw that extra life, okay. Can't really attack with the Architect. You could attack with the Shieldred, but it's running it to 2 blockers that could potentially kill him. So he's not going to do it. Okay, so now do we discard in order to get some life, or in order to get some card advantage? Because we're going to have to take some life damage. That's very risky, right? I think I have to do it, or I lose the game. So we'll discard 1 Bankbuster. Take that extra damage. Alright, before anything else, let's go to the attack phase. We'll scare him with the Goblin Shaman attack. See if he blocks with the Shieldred or with the Architect. Alright, we had to attack there, but that does walk into the Architect a bit. We had missed land draw for 3 turns, so I don't think we could have come out any better in that situation. Not that it was a good situation to begin with. We can invoke now. Not the greatest, but it really depends on what we draw with the Planeswalker draw step. If it's a bad spell, we just lose the game here. Alright, so is he going to keep his Wedding Announcement, or is... Alright, sack his Architect. We have to take 2 extra damage. I'm not sure what we can get out of this, because we don't have a Meathook to come back, and he has too many early game ramp compared to our early game nothing. He's drawing to gain life, which is fine. Shieldred is really painful for us, because the only way we can get rid of it is invoke, not invoke, the 2 mana card, and we're not drawing it because we only have 2 of that. Okay, so I think the way we lost this game is because early game we had Make This Appear. We kept Make This Appear and 2 Bankbuster instead of trying to get a Tempo 4 drop. And we really needed a Tempo 4 drop to not lose it. He's gaining a lot of life, which, I mean, the life gain is not the big deal that I'm afraid of. And I'm losing too much life, which is a problem. The problem is we don't have anything to deal with Shieldred, and he's drawing a lot of cards. So, that means if we can't deal with Shieldred this turn, we probably just lose. Evelyn's Flash, so we don't have to play it right now. If we don't play a spell at all this turn, that means that we get to flip to nighttime. Might be important. Corpse Appraiser does not have any creatures to exile. So yeah. That's probably all we can do here. Maybe we'll catch him off guard with Evelyn. Pretty hard to do so. Infernal Grasp on Kiki-Jiki. Alright, well, they got their Infernal Grasp. Second Infernal Grasp. It just got countered? What? Okay, well, play our Evelyn here. Exile some cards, see what we get. Make disappear. Sarah Paragon. We can double block the Shieldred, take 1. This is very painful because by double blocking the Shieldred, both of our creatures die. But that's the only way we can get rid of Shieldred, if at all. And of course, now we draw our Voltic Search. So, I'm going to hold up Voltic Surge by Corpse Appraising. There's Shieldred. Can't let that be out. And we'll Make Disappear in our hand. That's a good card to put in our hand. We don't need to drop a untapped land this turn, but the tap land might be good for cycling later. So let's drop Shivan Reef. Alright, we have some place now. Although the Sarah Paragon really isn't going to help, huh? Voltic Search, we don't have an enchantment or an artifact to sack. Gonna counter that again. That's fun. Alright, that's game for us. We lost too much tempo early game, and we don't really have a Meathook to come back, so GG. Yeah, so that's what happens when you don't have a Meathook in these games, right? And that's what I was thinking about in terms of how to alter the new version of this deck. Oh, now we're playing against Meth. That's no good. Don't do Meth, guys. Opponent goes first. We do have a 3-drop, but we don't really have a 2-drop. We have several 2-drops, so it might be a call for mulliganing this hand, but we do have a 3-drop and a Make Disappear. So it really depends on what our opponents play. I'm going to keep and hope for the best. It's not a good keep, but hey, it's time to learn how to play this deck. Actually, I don't even have blue. I thought this was the other Triumph. That's my mistake. And we're going second, which means our opponent already decided on mulligan. Alright, well, that's a good draw. Let's try the Proving Ground. I was thinking whether or not to play the Haunted Ridge, because I also contemplate tap, but I have to remember next turn to play the Mountain in order to play the Harvester. That's very important. Our opponent's going first, so they're Jund. They're probably having their Blood-Tide Harvester. Oh, a Lone Speaker, okay. I guess we'll Harvester in the Harvester to try to kill whatever his Lone Speaker bring out. See how much behind we'd be if we play second? Magic and Wizard really need to figure this out, right? Playing second, and most of these newer standard metas are just horrendous. Because you fall so far behind that the whole game is a catch-up. And I know that in best of 3 it's not really a big issue because you can tech your deck and you can sideboard and you get to pick next game and so on and so forth. But in best of 1, like how am I supposed to come back from situations like these? Fable. Fair. Okay, so if he fables, if I attack, that's kind of pointless. If I use the Harvester to take out the Goblin Shaman, I feel kind of dumb doing that too. The Goblin Shaman gives him 1 mana. The Loam Speaker gives him 1 mana all the time, so I should get rid of the Loam Speaker, right? feel like that's the right play. No. I was thinking about getting rid of that, but then I thought about it. It's a Jund deck. Why don't I just Harvester whatever he brings out? Because this is -4. Only discarding one card. With Fable and no Shieldred on the board, I don't agree with that. Alright, if he attacks, I'm going to block with the new Harvester. It's 6 mana, that's kind of scary. Maybe he's going to have a... that thing that's... Storm the Festival, that's the card. That's kind of scary. Okay, so... I don't know what happened with Arena. They don't have a move from end combat phase, which is really annoying for me. They should have a end combat phase, so I get a chance to... Oh, this is a sorcery. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's why. I wanted to kill the Loam Speaker, but I guess I couldn't do it on his turn at all. Learning the deck, guys. Learning the deck. I don't like Jund anyways, so... Or I don't like Rakdos anyway, so I'm not really used to this kind of stuff coming out at me. It's kind of scary. Alright, so... I do want to pitch to draw an extra card, but then my Bloodtide Harvester really doesn't do anything. And that's unfortunate. I'm gonna do it anyways. Drop this Shieldred. I don't want 2 Shieldreds in my hand. That is a land. That is an even better land. Okay, so I can drop a 3-cast this turn and not hold up make this appear, or I can drop Shieldred. Corpse Appraiser is a 3/3. It counters those 4/3, so I think it's better to have a 3/3 out. Let's see. Go Xander Lounge. Oh, I can't even play Corpse Appraiser without blue, huh? Alright, well, if that's the case... Let's just drop our Shieldred. It's bigger. It fills out the mana more. And I'm not going to attack. I can block. We I'm still learning how to play this deck. And I feel like I'm making a lot of mistakes with the Bloodtide Harvester, but I'm not really sure what its role is, other than just killing my opponent's creature. But then, was there any point killing the Llanowar Loam Speaker early game? Not quite sure. Yeah, I'm a blue-white player, so all of this is kind of out of my purview. But hey, he wants to make a 5/3 trample, he can do that. I just need to kill the reflection and I'm good, right? Gain some life. Kill the reflection. I'll play my Xander Lounge and then play my Bank Buster. I don't have to attack. He's really choked on mana too. You only have 5 mana. And whatever he plays, if it's 4 or more, I can make disappear. Otherwise I can draw a card too. He just attacks for 5. It doesn't really hurt that much. Oh, I cannot counter that because it costs exactly 3, huh? Okay, well, you got it. That's annoying. Fables are really annoying. But they're really good, that's why they're annoying. Alright, before it goes my turn, let me draw a card. You can draw a card on your turn with the clue, but hey, that'll deal more damage to you, so I'm okay with that. 2 make disappears. I didn't want 2 of those, but I do want to appraise your corpse. I actually don't have any corpse to appraise on their side, I think. I got corpse on my side. Alright, you can take out a harvester. And let's get that extra island. That way I can play it this turn. And Voltic Surge your Shaman. Shaman? Loam Speaker. I mean, I think the Loam Speaker is a little bit more scary because it's a constant mana with the Shaman has to attack to get at least 1 mana out. So yeah, let's kill the Loam Speaker. Sacrifice the Blood Token. You can use this time to draw a card, but he takes 2 damage, 2 life for that. I don't know if he has any combat tricks. I doubt it though. Yeah, draw your card. Taking a lot of damage. You did get 6 lands now, so again, if you can play another 3 casts without going under my counter spell, unfortunately. But let's see if he wants to attack first. Sometimes players just take forever for their decision. Which I do too, I guess. And he's talking it out to himself too, but it really is boring when the board does not have too much to interact with, like it does in Hearthstone. I can just click around, but there's no crazy interactions here. Actually, barely any. They gotta put more. Wizards, if you want to attract, you know, tinnies, you gotta put more interactions on the board. Because there's so much rope going on. Alright, attack. Oh, it's my turn? Okay, so let's appraise another corpse. Does he have any? Oh, he does. Okay, let's raise another corpse. This is an extra card draw. It's good for us. And having another land out means we can have double make disappear. We don't get another land. But we get Voltic Surge. That's good. We can slowly kill him with just Shield Drift. And we can Voltic Surge his Fable before he gets any value off of that. That's a lot of mana now. 6 mana. Can he play anything for 6 mana? We have double make disappear if I just sack a Corpse Appraiser, which means that he only play a 2 cast. Not too afraid of a 2 cast here. Shield Drift is really good. It's killing him without me doing anything. If we're at a stalemate, he doesn't really get to do anything else. Does he have a protection spell? He does not. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. We could use 5 of that to invoke Despair on him. I think it's warranted. start sacking things. I don't know why I left the. Oh, I guess I need the black here. I was wondering why I left the island up. Maybe we'll draw a land that we can play. Our opponent's deciding what to sack, as always. Probably this. But maybe he's trying to get up to 7 for the Titan. Oh, that makes sense. Looks like a Titan deck. The Briar Bridge tracker really did not do anything. We didn't draw a single land. That's kind of funny. Alright, didn't want to attack the 4-4 into a 4-4 token. It's just going to get blocked anyways. No point in doing that. Our opponent's almost dead. If he attacks here or he can just play Titan now. If he plays Titan, we can counter it with make this up here. We actually have double make disappear if we just sack our pilot or sack our corpse appraiser. He's not going to do anything. Well, I'm just going to take my turn. We no longer have any card draw, but we could exile his workshop, work chief, to deal an extra damage to him. Or we can invoke again. I mean, it's always nice to invoke again, right? He's at 4. Doesn't he just die? What am I doing? Does he have a flash life gain spell? Alright, we basically got the game from just playing Children. That's fun. Alright, so this is how this deck works, I think. And it's just get out the game, get out on the board early, and it's very important to mulligan into an early game board presence in order to win. If you don't get that early game board presence, your opponent, whatever they play, will probably snowball out of control. So try to get your, what's that guy called again? The Bloodtide Harvester. Try to get your Corpse Appraiser out as much as you can. That's what I learned. Don't worry too much about getting Bankbuster out and getting early game value. Value can come later game. And we got Invoke Despair to give us value. Corpse Appraiser can give us card draw for value. Fable the Mirror Breaker can give us cycle. So all of that, you know, we get enough value. The point is to get on early game to get on board advantage. That's the main thing. As our opponent rope out here, that's all I'm going to play for today. As always, some of these games take forever when you are playing against opponents that either do not want to quit, do not want to concede, maybe they don't know that there's a concede button, and they don't want to play the game out, so they just throw their phone out the window. I don't know what's going on, but this happens all the time now. Also, Wizards, you gotta do something about people roping. So this is gonna take the fun away from a lot of players. Now, I'm used to this, you know, but newer players, when they come into the game, they see this, they're just gonna quit. They're not gonna keep playing a game where their opponent is just griefing horrendously. Alright, so yeah, that's the game. I think this is a good deck though. Looking back, let me pull the deck list. I think it's a good deck. It has a lot of you know, alleyways, I guess, of the way it's played, and it really depends on if you want to play an aggro meta or a more tempo meta or a more control meta. If you want to be more control, I would say maybe more Sokanar, less Make Disappear, or maybe less Corpse Appraiser, and then put more early game removal to, you know, last to the later game. Especially putting one or two Celestis to get that mana advantage and the card draw over time, right? So that's how you will want to play a control version. But if you want to play a more aggro version, take out a Sokanar, take out Evelyn, put in 2 more Infernal Grasp, and just try to get early game in and kill all your opponent's creatures as they drop the board. You'll probably win the game better that way too. So that's the version of this deck. I think it's fairly strong. Maybe 25 lands instead of 24 can help you get a more consistent land base out. Obviously, having more Sulfurious Springs is much better than having Zeratora Proving Grounds, but I'm not going and crafting these lands when, you know, I'm getting free packs every day from the Master Pass. Alright, that's what I got for today. Thank you very much for joining me. See you guys next time.